I just wanted to come and talk to you. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you've been feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling overwhelmed because you're performing. Hey! Okay, yes, I know it's been weeks, it's been a month, it's been however long. I understand. We're getting it together, and that's all that matters. I decided to make my comeback video about what I have been experiencing these past couple of weeks, which is the reason why I haven't posted a video, is because I've been feeling overwhelmed. Like, the world was literally just hitting me upside my head, and I had this thing to do, and I had this thing to do, I had this person to talk to, I had this person to call. It was just so much every day that I was pushing through it so long, and every day that I didn't complete something added more things to do for the next day. So it's like the more that I rolled things over, one day I literally like collapsed. I called off of work. I did nothing but like lay in my bed because I couldn't move. Like it was rough. It was rough. But that day that I finally allowed myself to like do nothing, the realization came that like, bro, you were overwhelmed because you were performing. You were doing all of this stuff. You felt like you had to do all of this stuff for why? For what? For who? So I just wanted to come and talk to you. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you've been feeling overwhelmed, if you're starting to feel overwhelmed today, you're feeling overwhelmed because you're performing. And what do I mean by performing? When you're doing so much that is literally not beneficial to you or anyone else. Like when your to-do list is stupid long and then you don't complete it, who is that benefiting? Nobody. It makes you feel shameful and disappointed. And then if it was a task that was for somebody else, then they're not getting that task completed. So it's like literally bombarding yourself with checklists is harming you. The day that I had called off work and did nothing, I was praying like, God, like, why do I feel like this? Like, you said that you wouldn't give me anything that I couldn't bear. Like, but I feel like everything that I have to do is unbearable. And I came to the realization that some of that stuff wasn't God. Some of the stuff that I felt like I needed to be doing or should be doing, I literally did to myself. Rest is productive. Doing nothing to a certain degree is productive because we are human. We need rest. We need peace. We need a moment to breathe. That's what we need. So if that is not part of your to-do list and you keep going, running on empty, you're gonna crash. Like I did. And so I'm trying to prevent you from crashing. So the first thing that I did when I realized that I was performing was I nixed my to-do list. I was like, anything that was not necessary, like something would go wrong if I didn't complete this task, I literally just forgot about it. Literally every single thing on my to-do list was self-inflicted. So if I didn't complete it, absolutely nothing was gonna happen to me. Like I wasn't gonna get in trouble for not doing something on my to-do list because there's nobody checking me. So I literally was just like, skip this. No, I'm not doing it. So look at your to-do list and pick the things that, like, if you don't complete it, you're gonna lose your job or you're gonna mess up a relationship, or you know, those things that are actually important, make sure you get those done. But those other things, just start over. Literally just start over. Just forget about it. And I bet nobody's gonna call you. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, you didn't complete this. Just let it go. And the other thing is to set time aside for nothing every day. Whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 10 minutes, whether it's in the morning or whether it's at night, you need a moment to breathe. You need a moment to not think about a to-do list, to not think about what it is that you have to complete for the day or for the week. You need to breathe. So I found the day where I was like, I literally can't do anything else. I sat in the tub. I put on ocean sounds. Like, I was serious because I was fed up with myself. I was fed up with feeling inner turmoil every day, all day long for weeks on end. And I was like, no more. So I sat in the tub. I put me some ocean sounds on and I just sat in the tub and breathed. I took some deep breaths. I journaled, and that was so refreshing. And also sleep. My therapist once told me, sleep to work, don't work to sleep. Because I used to be the person, I would literally stay up for 3 days straight to get some stuff done. But ever since my therapist told me that, it's so true. You're not being productive and you're not getting your work done, and you're being mean and irritable because of other people because you're not getting enough sleep. So prioritize your sleep, prioritize your rest, and then maybe you'll be able to get that to-do list done. And then another thing is prioritizing time with God. When our to-do list gets long and you have 1,000,001 things to do in the day, literally the stuff that is important, like sleeping and eating and drinking water and praying, those are the things that usually go first. Well, at least I'm speaking from personal experience. Anytime I have a bunch of things to manage, those are the first things to go. I stop sleeping, I stop eating, I stop praying, and then it goes downhill from there. So recognizing that about yourself and being intentional about making those parts of your day will definitely help, because ever since I switched my mindset about let's not focus on the to-do list, let's not focus on the task, let's focus on ourselves, let's focus on praying and sleeping and drinking water and eating and meditating. And that has helped me get out of that anxious, tired, exhausted, I felt so awful last week, and I'm feeling so much better because I prioritized time with God and rest and peace. The other thing that you need to do is meet yourself with compassion. If you don't get something completed, don't bully yourself because you didn't get something done. Clearly you didn't get something done because you didn't have the time or you didn't have the energy. That is okay. Just set it down and do it tomorrow, or maybe reevaluate if this is even necessary for you to complete. You have to be your own cheerleader. You have to be your own checks and balances, because ain't nobody gonna do it for you. So you have to be able to sit down and be like, is this do I need to get this done? Or is this on my to-do list just so I feel productive? Another thing that helps you when you're feeling overwhelmed is to do something that brings you joy. These past couple of weeks, I haven't had the energy or the want with all to do anything that I usually did. You have to also notice when you stop doing the things that you usually do, because that points to something being wrong. Do something that brings you joy and make it small. Make it small, because if you make it too big, you're not gonna do it, because it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's gonna take so much effort. Make it small. Maybe take a walk. Maybe read you that book that you've been meaning to read that you haven't. Maybe lay in your bed and do nothing. And I know I said this already. Do nothing. Do nothing. You do not get a reward. You do not get a prize for being overwhelmed and overworked. You do not get a prize for checking 20 things off of your to-do list in one day. No one's gonna love you more because you did more. No one's gonna love you more because you did more. So love yourself enough to stop expecting so much out of you in one freaking day, in one freaking week. Stop doing it to yourself, please, please. Rest is productive. Rest is productive. So let's not base our day make our day good or bad off of productivity. Let's make our day good or bad off of how present you were. Were you your whole true self that day? Did you make any connections that day? Were you able to do something that you loved that day? Were you able to enrich someone else's life that day? Not did I get the 40 things on my to-do list completed. And another thing is journaling. Journaling has been my road dog since freshman year of college. Me and journaling, baby. I don't know where I would be without my Lord and Savior and my journal. In the tub with my ocean sounds, I was just writing I have so much to do and I'm upset that I keep doing this to myself, and in my feelings, okay? Be in your feelings in your journal, release that, pray, and move forward. I hope you got something out of this video. Feeling overwhelmed is your body's way of letting you know that you're doing too much, that you're running on empty, and that you need to be refilled. And if you keep overlooking that feeling, you're gonna crash. You can only push through it for so long. And pushing through it is necessary sometimes. But sometimes you need to just be like, let me stop. Let me chill. The way to combat being overwhelmed is to incorporate rest as a daily practice. Every single day, doing something that is enriching for you. The days where I meditate, where I literally sit and breathe and think on a verse or I think about the goodness of God, or like, you know, whatever it is that you want to think about, or you just sit and breathe and be, those days are always better than the days that I don't do that. The days where I make the effort to go get some fresh air are always better than the days that I don't. The days where I stop working after a certain time, even though I didn't get everything done, and I make sure that I get some good rest the next day, is usually better than the days when I don't. Prioritize your wellness. Your wellness is the only way that you're going to be able to be as productive as you want. So stop beating yourself up, stop shaming yourself, and care for yourself. Love yourself. Okay? Okay.